Welcome to an entirely new series, and it's called Let's Get Real. And I tell you, this is one of the most epic. Last time I used the word epic was
the most
a couple of years ago, got flamed a couple of times, but I love the word epic. So it's one of the epic series ever on J&A Real Estate, because this time round, we are going to be bringing a group of celebrities as well as influential people to come together to talk about real estate. And you know, today, right, it's my honor, right, to bring on someone on board this series, because he is none other than my co-host, the person who thought of this idea, the person who's rallying the celebrities in because he so believes in this movement and this conviction of wanting to make real estate investments and real estate knowledge accessible to all. So we have none other than Charlie Go.
Yo, hello.
That's right.
Hi. What's up, guys?
Yeah, so if you all don't know, before I get Charlie to introduce himself, right, Charlie actually has joined J&A Real Estate for the past 3 months now.
Yes.
3 months, yes.
Yes.
And I can tell you, I never expected this, but he's one of the most hardworking workers and one of the most hardworking brokers on the ground with us. So Charlie also have joined the J&A sales force, where he's going to be in charge of mass market listings as well as learning the ropes of investments right now, so that he can empower the lives of many Singaporeans. Okay, so Charlie, for those who don't know you, which is quite rare, okay?
Yep.
Because when I go out with him, everybody will say hi to him. So maybe you can give a short introduction about yourself, what you have been doing, and everything like this.
Hello, everybody. My name is Charlie, and I'm an actor. Recently, I just joined J&A Real Estate like 3 months ago.
Yeah. Any like films that you shot like last, maybe in the past few years that went quite big here? I know one of them is Tanglin, right?
Tanglin was a long time ago, bro.
Wow.
Tanglin, Kin,
Yes.
all these long-form dramas. And after that, I did...
Boys to Men, of course.
Boys to Men,
Yeah.
Boys to Men was like 10 years ago, my goodness.
Yeah, it feels the time flies very fast. I watch every single series there.
Hey, but people still talk about Boys to Men. It's insane.
Yeah, it's a
insane,
hit,
yeah.
man. It makes us feel like, you know, I still remember I watched it before I went to army. It's like, wow. So it's like maybe ready
Oh my
for
God,
army.
when you were a kid.
Yeah. That time I remember when how long ago was the first?
10 years ago, bro.
10 years ago, I
How old
was
were you?
17.
Yeah,
I
you
remember
were
I
a
entered
kid,
army.
man.
I think I was in JC. Then I was
Yeah,
watching it, I was like, wow,
crazy.
I'm ready to go army, man. I think it really brainwashed me. That time.
Yeah. Army really not that fun.
Army really not that fun. So how many episodes were there in Boys to Men that time? 4, is it?
Now 4, yeah.
Yeah.
4. I don't know whether they're shooting 5.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Maybe before we go into your acting career a little about the ups and downs and things like that, because every actors have ups and downs,
Yeah.
right? I just feel that this is something that a lot of people think, right, is that actors have a very easy life. But so I've known Charlie for like maybe I think at least 10 years or so.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
also, I've talked to his friends who are celebrities. I realized that actors really not easy.
Not
man.
easy. Not easy.
You know, and
We look glam lah on screen.
yeah, like everybody wants to be an actor, but it's
Correct.
really not easy
Yeah,
at all.
it's not easy.
You know how I know also not? Because every day I see one camera only, I stress already. I don't know how you all see so many cameras, so many people watching you. And actors are also, you know, you have to memorize script lah, you have to look good lah, walao, you have to be very disciplined.
Yeah. I think the hardest part about being an actor is because the market is so small in Singapore.
Yeah.
Is the instability lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in income.
Yeah.
Because you don't know when your next gig is.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
right? And it's
yeah.
random, right? Sometimes people will call you for
Correct.
casting.
So it could be like maybe for 6 months you're very busy,
Yeah.
and for the next 3 months you're like blank, you know.
Absolutely.
Or it could be the next 6 months you're blank, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So now I just want to delve a little deeper about like how are you growing up, like your family, you know, maybe dabble a little bit more on real estate. You know, what did they buy, and also like how did that like maybe affect or change your narrative or perspective towards real estate?
Since young, I was very fortunate lah, because I like to think that I'm quite privileged because my parents are quite comfortable. My father's a civil servant lah. My mom did her own business and then sold it off when she was quite young, like 40-ish.
Wow.
So she retired at 40 plus lah.
Yeah.
And I grew up in a HDB flat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then after that, they of course, you know, back then,
Yes.
when HDBs were quite cheap, right,
Yeah.
when they bought it,
Yeah.
then they sold it, they made a profit, right? Then
Yes.
they bought a private apartment, a freehold private apartment.
Where was that at?
That was at Kovan.
Kovan.
Yeah, so I grew up, and I literally grew up in Kovan lah.
Yeah.
My secondary school life.
Yeah.
They bought it back then was 680k.
How many bedrooms is that?
3 bedrooms. It's 1,200 square feet.
Now VTO's already going at that price, right?
Freehold, yeah.
freehold some more,
680k.
yeah.
Oh, that was 20 years ago lah,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah.
And then we moved in, and now it's insane, man. Now it's like 1.7, I think.
It's like $1.1 million.
Yeah, 20 years later, it's crazy. I mean, where the way you can find this kind of returns?
Yeah.
Yeah. Real estate has gone crazy lah over the years.
Over the years.
Right?
Yeah.
Growing up, I've never really had to worry about money.
Yeah.
even until now, right?
Yeah.
My parents are very self-sufficient,
Yeah.
which I'm very thankful lah.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Because in my line, right, there is no guarantee that I can give them a really good life. Yeah.
And that's being really authentic and vulnerable, right? I think a lot of actors and influencers online, they always show as though, you know, life is going well. It's sometimes not on purpose. Actually, you just have to show that part because marketing is a huge revenue for them, right?
It's part of the branding.
It's part of the
also lah,
branding,
yeah,
right? You cannot be always showing negative news and then who's gonna follow you, right? So let's say when you were growing up, how many siblings do you have? Like,
I got one older sister.
I see.
Yeah.
How is she like when it comes to like your life? Did she impact you a lot when growing up, or like you all fight and quarrel like normal Singaporean sibling?
I don't remember fighting much with her. I mean, sure lah, I have like quarrels, those very childish squabbles lah.
Yeah.
But she's like complete opposite from me. So
How
she's
so?
she's quite academically inclined.
Yes.
I'm not lah. Yeah. She's a PhD holder. I'm a diploma holder.
Wow.
You know, yeah, I didn't even finish my uni. You know, I dropped out from uni because I just couldn't make it lah. You know. Yeah. So you know, very different, no? Very different.
Yeah.
I don't know how creative she is when it comes to art and stuff. But clearly, I think she's the academic one lah, and I'm more of the artistic guy lah.
Yeah,
right?
the artsy, the
Artsy
creativity and everything.
Yeah.
And it's true, right? I mean, I've experienced both, a bit of the creative element when building JNU Real Estate and then also the academic side. I can tell you one thing for sure, the academic side is not for me.
Actually, I wouldn't think so.
I forced
right?
myself to study.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I forced
because
myself.
since young, this boy has been like a RIRJ kid.
But I tell you, I really forced myself through study. I realized that right when I was in school, I just asked myself, why people don't study? Really, they don't study. You know, people always call like closet muggers. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, they are not
Because when I always say they never study, but they A.
No, but those people in Raffles, right? They are not
They really never study.
They never study. I go to the library, they are at the canteen playing. Okay, maybe they go home, maybe after CCA, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. study another 2 hours.
Right.
But I always feel myself, I'm in the library studying, you know. And then when I get a C, they always get an A one. Then I said, how you know? He said, oh, listen in class can already. I said, I don't understand anything about listening in class. So that was the first start.
Yeah.
Then after that, when I went to law school, right? Wow, even worse, bro. When I went to law school, my prof asked me a question. I say, I need to go home and mark a lot. Then everybody in class can answer that. I'm like, okay, I'm definitely not going to survive in law. Because the prof is like, you know, they are lawyers themselves, right?
Yeah.
So that's when I knew that I wasn't academically inclined. So
Yeah.
for those out there who also feel that you're not academically inclined, you don't have to force yourself into the entire system, right? And I think this generation really proven that already.
Correct.
You know,
Yeah.
and most business owners, they are creative people, you know.
Yep.
Because there are so many problems in business and so many things in business that you have to solve creatively also.
I mean, God has given us all different gifts, right?
Amen.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah. Some
Right.
people can
Study
are good in
well.
Study.
Yeah.
Some of us are just not law.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But we're made for different things, Yeah.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that, right? So, okay, so when you're growing up, right, do you hear your parents talking a lot about real estate, or even your sister talking about real estate to you, or like, you know, because your sister went through the phase of when she's going to get married, you know, she's thinking about real estate. Do you hear a lot of the conversations like this?
Actually, not really. But I think my mom is quite savvy when it comes to investments.
Yeah.
You know, she'll buy like stocks and shares and stuff. A couple of years ago, she bought another condo for investment.
Yeah.
But she bought it under my sister's name.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so I feel she's quite savvy when it comes to money.
Yes.
She really knows how to make money. I think
Yes.
ultimately she's a businesswoman.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. She makes really good investment decisions. I mean, the condo that she bought is already making money also.
Yeah.
Like capital appreciation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, plus she's renting it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great, right?
Yeah.
So I think that also shaped your narrative. So when you saw like your parents owning properties like this when you were younger, have you ever thought that you will be owning multiple properties, or like it's like
Never, never, bro. Honestly, never. I'm quite simple-minded one when I was a kid. Like I'm quite easily contented. So I've never saw myself as being somebody who's going to be like rich in future, like own big houses and stuff, or own multiple properties. No, never. Yeah.
So what was your trajectory of your life like when you were younger? Like what do you think your life will be? Like
I just wanted to be like a happy-go-lucky guy. 能过一天就过一天那种哦。
就是得过且过，是不是？哎，但是得过且过这个对。
I'm pretty sure that's not the right term.
Hey, bear with us, okay? Bear with me, okay, specifically, because some of our guests speak Chinese and I'm trying my best to learn. I really jiakangtang one, I'm very jialat.
I just don't know what's the correct term, but basically it's
过一天算一天啊。
something like that. 能过一天就过一天 that kind.
Hey, if you are still with us, you know what? We want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts because you know doing a video like this is really not easy. And our true purpose is to be able to bring you the objective information from celebrities, right? So if you love this video, remember, watch till the end and not only that, share with friends.
And if you have any burning questions, remember to scan this QR code.
That's
or
right.
Click on the link below. And remember, like, share, and subscribe.
Absolutely.
Now, back to the video.
Back to the video. Okay.
Yeah, I'm that kind of person, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very simple one.
Yeah.
Even until today, I don't think I spend a lot of money. I think that's how I can survive in this industry for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't spend a lot of money.
So I can attest to this, right? One thing about Charlie, right, is that in the 10 years, right, I never see him buying any kind of expensive things.
Never.
Never leh.
Not even clothes. Like clothes,
Yeah,
most of the time
clothes
is sponsored.
sponsored.
Thank you.
Until
Thanks,
correct. I asked him, where your nice clothes come from? He said, sponsored. So
Sponsored, yeah.
that's one thing. That's the second thing. Third thing, I agree completely that you are someone who is easily contented and grateful.
Right.
This is something that I've realized, right? But he's not someone who is happy-go-lucky. Because even when we are looking at our drafts for videos and we are planning for, you know, the real estate career, he's not happy-go-lucky. I think maybe you are easily contented, which is a good virtue actually. Because if you are not always contented, right, you will always feel that you always have to strive.
Yeah.
You are not thriving,
Yeah.
and then you will just feel very sian
Yeah.
like one life was just like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so what about your acting career? Let's go a bit deeper, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the first thing first, which is like, when was the best up for you? Like you're like, oh my god, I didn't expect myself to be able to be like that. You know, there's always this moment, right? Like, wow, 真的做到了. But when was that moment? Do you remember?
Actually, that was a long time ago. Like, I didn't expect it to be that long ago.
Yeah.
But maybe like Boys to Men 3.
Yeah.
Because that one really hit the nation. Like,
Was that the Frogman one?
yeah, that's a Frogman one, yeah.
Wow.
So that movie was such a big hit that when we went for fan meets, right, it was insane, man. Yeah, they really put it on the pedestal.
Wow.
Yeah. And you thought that you would just get better from here, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you, wow. But no, after that it went down.
Okay, so太快了，
No,
你的
no,
down.
because after that I started doing dramas. Dramas
Yeah.
and movie, the effects different.
It's true, leh.
It's true,
because
it's true.
I will catch Singaporean movies, right?
Yeah.
But I'm a culprit of not catching local dramas.
Local dramas,
because
yeah.
got YouTube, Netflix, and
Correct,
everything, right?
Yeah.
I think Netflix and all these people, Disney Plus, you all spoil the local market a lot, right?
I mean, no choice. It
Yeah
is
lah,
what
but
it is.
it's-
I mean,
it's,
because the market is so small, Singapore, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the high, like the up moments, right?
Yep.
At the up moments, how do you feel? Like you're like, oh, this is surreal, man. But because I realized you're never proud. Like usually up moments you'll be
Have lah, like
AJ.
Like maybe let
just say.
the fame get to your head a little bit.
Yeah.
For sure I have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but lucky back then I was a bit older already.
Yeah.
I didn't get like famous when I was like 18 or
Yeah.
what.
Wow, that one like Justin.
That
Bieber.
one maybe I wouldn't know how to manage it lah.
Yeah.
But back then I was really very old. I was like 27.
Yeah.
I was quite grounded already lah.
Yeah.
So I knew that if there's a little bit of fame, right, good, ride it while it lasts lah.
Yeah.
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 Just didn't expect it and so soon.
Hey, it's been 8 years since then, right?
Yeah,
so
been there, yeah,
hey,
yeah.
and you are still famous. I
Okay
mean,
lah,
recently you had a huge boom in your social media following as well, right?
No, that was because of a random video that I posted went really viral.
Yeah.
But that one I really don't know how I got the followers from. It's all from Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah, all from Brazil. To my Brazil fans.
To my
yo.
Brazilian friends. And you know, this is something that I always.
Wait, I want to
Yes.
make it clear.
Yes.
I didn't buy the goddamn followers.
Hey, a lot of people are buying it, leh.
Yeah, I didn't buy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although they're all from Brazil, but I didn't buy it.
Even the blue tick, like a lot of people
Blue
are
tick
buying
can
that.
buy.
I know, a lot
Yeah,
of people
can
are buying
buy,
it.
yeah.
I went to Instagram a couple of times, they did verify me, but it's fine.
Like Instagram, please verify him.
Yeah, please lay can so that we can have more followers. Okay, but anyways, back to Charlie, right?
Yep.
And that's cool, right? I mean, a lot of creatives, they always say this. They always say like, you know, I don't know how it got viral there. But it's because they're gift ma, they're creative ma, that's why it went viral ma, right? Or
And
not?
the funny thing is the video wasn't even about me, you know? The video that I posted that went viral
Yeah.
had like 70 over million views.
That's
it wasn't about me,
insane,
it was about my
Friend's
friend who
wedding.
got- my friend who got married.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just took a video of them, that's it.
Yeah.
It went so viral, it's
Wait,
insane.
what
man.
part of it make it so viral?
I don't know. I really don't know, bro.
Wow, that's great.
Like, until today, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like when I tell people, they
Yeah.
don't believe me also.
Yeah.
They are like, they don't, like people who don't know me would think that I buy followers.
Yeah.
Until I show them the video, I show them the views, right? Then they'll be like, huh?
Wow.
Like this video.
Yeah. This I learned something. I learned something that actually I don't have to be too demoralized with my stagnated 5K followers. I can just maybe post one video that maybe will go viral. Then I can increase a bit. I've been trying to hit
Actually,
the 10
that's true.
for some time.
Really, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
That's insane. And this is the interesting part where you're talking about your downs, right? So when was it when you felt that, okay, this was like a down moment already? Like, that's it.
This one I never really shared before, but 2 years ago, right, I actually felt depressed for a period, like for a good 4 to 5 months, without knowing why.
Yeah.
I dreaded going to work. Back then I was shooting a long-form drama, and I really dreaded going to work so bad that my body kind of shut down, like auto shut down.
Yeah.
Like, I know I had to go to work the next day to film, but the next day I just felt sick, like out of nowhere. So after I realized that I wasn't happy, but I still finished the whole drama.
Yeah.
Then after that, subsequently, when the drama ended, right, then I took a long break, like maybe 3-4 months, right.
Yeah.
Then I traveled a little bit. Then I realized back then I was actually depressed. I wasn't happy.
Did you go and see a doctor for that?
No, I did not. But I spoke to people, I spoke to my wife about it and all that. Yeah, I was burnt out, Yeah. Because I was doing jobs that did not fuel the passion, but just to fuel the bank,
Yeah.
I needed the money.
Yeah.
So I just take jobs that I didn't really like. Yeah, but I just kept doing it.
Yeah.
So I think that will cause people to burn out.
Yeah. And I remember that time during COVID time, you were like, I don't know, I saw that you were very hardworking during the whole I think was it after COVID where I saw you working a lot, shooting, and then maybe like I saw that you were a bit more...
After COVID,
That's after COVID, right? And then a bit more tired. But I still remember that day when you decided to come into real estate. I mean, you took the papers, right? You took the papers like twice.
Twice.
This is not too bad.
Twice,
I have friends who take papers 8 times.
Twice, yeah.
Twice.
Thank God, man.
Yeah. And
I think if I failed the second time, I probably won't take again.
Yeah. Hey, wow.
God knows my threshold.
Yes. So they let you pass. So next time the threshold will be a bit lower, so it's better. Actually, for me, it was one time. I tell God, if one time I don't pass, I'm done. That's it. Should we pass? Okay, so back to you, right? So what even made you, don't say join the real estate industry first, but what made you even start taking the course and the papers? Because I think one of the main struggle that a celebrity will face, right, is that when you go to course, people know who you are. And then the media is going to talk about you taking the RES exams because there's this like the triple fatal jobs that you take if you're a celebrity, right? Number one, it will definitely be insurance, then real estate definitely, and then after that, selling cars or watches, right? But you didn't care, and this is something I realized you didn't care. You're like. Because we talk to some celebrities who always say that they wanted to take the RES exams, but they never go about doing that because sometimes they just cannot. They're struggling with the fact that, hey, people talk about me, right? So I remember when I spoke to you, you didn't care about it at all. You're like, this is a new start for me. I just want to go all in. So what made you even want to take the RES course?
Okay, I took the RES course back then once in 2017.
Wow, that was when I took it. I took it 2016.
Correct.
Late,
yeah.
Wow.
That was the first time I took it, but I didn't go for the exams because back then I had a full-time job acting and there was a little bit of interest there.
Yeah.
But I just didn't follow through
Yeah.
Then after the course expired
Why did you take it in 2017?
I don't know. I really don't know back then. I took it alone. So I went to Toa Payoh.
Wow, you went for the physical class
Yeah, physical.
That time
got a Zoom class.
Yeah.
That time got no Zoom class.
Correct.
Now celebrities, if you want to
Wear
take
the mask,
RES
go to
course,
Zoom class.
Yeah, I can go for Zoom class. Don't need to worry about whether people see you then. Yeah, but back then when I went, there was no Zoom class.
Yeah.
So I had to be physically there, and the
that
class was crowded on.
I mean, that was when the Abos was quite hot
That was
2017.
No lah.
6 years ago. A bit before that or after?
After.
Yeah. But a bit died out a bit already.
Died out already.
Okay.
Of course, but I mean, there are people who still recognize me but they're quite nice then we just chat talk ask why are you here? Nothing wrong why I cannot take RES exams? Why I cannot take course? Nothing wrong right?
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of interest back then
Yeah.
So fast forward 2021. 2021 was because I remember why I went to take. It's because Noah and Aiden.
Yeah.
I cannot remember who initiated this whole conversation. They say, hey, want to take the RES course together?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay come on, we go take it together again.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to take anyway.
Yeah. Correct.
But because they had the Zoom sessions after COVID, right?
Yeah.
Then I wanted to do Zoom sessions online.
Yeah.
But because of these two guys, Noah and Aiden, right, they said, let's go for physical class together. More fun. I said, okay lah. End up, they never turn up to class.
Only you go.
Yeah, only I go. Bloody hell, then I could have signed up for Zoom class. Yeah, so that's the story lah. End up, only I finished through.
Yeah. And you went for the course, and then I still remember the day that we were discussing about how we can do this together and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what? I remember he told me this. He's like, you know what, bro? I never felt so alive in my life.
Actually, that's true, you know.
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
I still remember that.
I mean, for the past 2
I was
years,
so happy,
right? For the past 2 years, after I finished my long form drama, right, I had acting jobs here and there, lah. You know, but most of it, I did it for the money. Of course, there were some that I really enjoyed, but there were some that I did it just for the money, lah. It was stressful, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
But when I joined real estate, right, when I first joined the team, and then I met you guys, right, then I was learning all these things about real estate.
Yeah.
I was genuinely excited I haven't felt this excitement for such a long time.
So what made you excited? Because I know Charlie is not someone who chases money. Right. So in real estate, right, I would dare say 99% of the people, they are here because they want to chase that money, right? Until they reach a certain point where you realize that, okay, chasing money is really very tiring. I just want to chase like self-actualization.
Yeah.
But you are someone who's contented, right? And your home is already very nice now.
Right.
I always go there and crash the place. It's beautiful. You're not chasing money anymore. So what do you think gave you that, hey, I know I'm in my flow state, this is the right place I'm in, and I really want to do my best?
Because even after passing the real estate, I realized that I don't know a lot of things about real estate.
It's normal, you know.
Yeah.
The real estate course, right?
It's just like a 1% stepping stone.
Yeah, it's nothing. No, it's just must remember the law. The one not to go jail for. The rest all you need to remember.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So when you pass, right, it opens the door to a whole new world. So when I joined, right, and I learned so much things from you guys, right, I'm like, wow, I can actually apply these things.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I can help people with these things.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to share knowledge with people, but all this one I don't know.
Yeah.
So I cannot talk about it. But when I come in and I learn so much, right, then I realize, hey, all these things I can share with people.
Yeah.
And these are valuable stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not talk about real estate in Singapore generally, but real estate in the world, it's something that I feel it will never depreciate in value.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Because the earth is just like that.
Yeah.
You know, the space is just like that. Yeah.
Very scarce.
It will never increase on the earth will never increase in size.
That's right.
So land will never increase in size.
That's right. Yeah.
So that's why real estate is something that I feel as an investment, right, you will never lose money.
I truly agree that in nations, right, even though the prices are fluctuating up and down for real estate, Singapore being the most stable market, right? But in the long term, because of inflation and because of asset prices, right, always going up, because of incomes level increasing, it's very hard for real estate, if you hold long term enough, right, to lose money, unless you enter at the wrong price, right? And that's something that, I truly agree with as well.
Yeah.
And that gave you that passion, like, hey, I really want to help someone about this, right? How do I change the people's
How do I
life for
share,
this?
how do I share this knowledge that I know?
Do you know what's the funniest thing? The funniest thing here, right, is when I started my business, right, it was really all about money. I told myself, okay, I'm
young,
I was started at 21. I said, I don't want people to know I'm a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't want because my dad worked really hard and he was a real estate agent.
Yeah.
He brought home honest money. He worked his way till I think now he owns like maybe 3 properties. And I saw the property prices appreciating, right? And I told myself I don't want it because last time my friends always ask me, hey, what your father do?
Yeah.
I say, self-employed.
Oh, you never say property agent?
Real estate agent. Because that season then, right, real estate agents didn't have the best rep. Because CA hasn't came in.
Right.
There were so many restrictions.
A lot of rogue agents
A lot of rogue agents.
Yeah.
And that you could flip option within a day, you know.
Yeah.
So agents like to take a lower offer, accept it, and then flip it for a higher option, right? But I thank God for this, that my dad wasn't like this. My dad doesn't smoke, my dad doesn't drink, he doesn't he doesn't do anything, you know. And that's why he's someone who's an honest living, right?
Yeah.
But I told myself this, 4 years, right, in law school, I'm going to quit and I'm going to be a lawyer already. I'm not going to be a real estate agent, I just want to make money, right? It became very fast. It became like I started learning a lot more after the second year in the business.
Yeah.
Even after I made my first meal, right, I tell you honestly, I just feel that real estate for money. Like, I didn't think that it would change lives.
Right.
But after we serve so many investment clients, right, and then I see 3 years later when they reach the SSD, they make money, I say, hey, shit, man, this really changed lives. But I still remember one story that I always share with people. I remember there was one time, right, I went into the Punggol HDB.
Yeah.
This guy was 52 years old. The wife was 48 years old. I still can remember the numbers. Okay,
Yeah.
combined income was about $8,000. 2 kids, okay, young kids, right? About 5 years old and maybe about 8 years old. They were so excited, you know. First time I see the whole family gather around my investment calculation and consultation, so that I can see whether they can accept progress on HDB. The father was really confident taking on, I still remember that time was the Kingswood Water Bay brochure. He said, you know, this is our dream home now. We want to shift here already, and we just want to talk to you and see how we can proceed on.
Yeah.
The wife was very excited. I still remember I was so excited. The 2 kids were very excited. They say the father always asked them, you like the swimming pool or not? You like the swimming pool or not? And they all say, yeah, I really like the swimming pool. I took out my iPad, I did a calculation. Oh, I stunned. I said, cannot afford.
The loan.
I said, the loan cannot afford. So the agent who have maybe spoke to them, maybe hasn't gone deep enough for the financial calculations, didn't know that, but I made them excited, right? And then I do second time, I erase. I do second time, I open my app, I press again. 30 cannot afford.
Like far off that kind of.
Far off.
Wow.
Maybe the price was about 1.1. They only could afford up to 700.
Yeah.
So they needed to take either a personal loan, which has a high interest rate. They have to take loans from friends.
Yeah.
But I knew at the age of 52, right, he also told me that his job wasn't the most stable, right? I knew that he couldn't make it already.
Yeah.
You know, when I broke the news to them, right?
Yeah.
I told the husband, say, hey, can I speak to you for a while? Because I don't want the kids' heart to be broken, right?
Yeah.
I shared with him, right? And he said, it's okay lah. I think it's just unfortunate lah. You know, he was quite chill about it.
Yeah.
But I could see there was a disappointment himself. Then I asked him one question. I said, actually, how long have you been in the real estate investment play? He said, this is his second property. The first one was a BTO that he sold, and now he got the second one. And I realized that real estate can change people's lives. It can make a whole family happy because you use other people's money that you appreciate, and he could have easily bought that with 300k of profits, right? Or it just make family sad lah. And that was the day when I realized there was generational impact on real estate. Because can you imagine if I'm the kid looking at my dad doing that, right? There's only two ways I can think about this. Number one is, one my dad cannot afford. Life is tough. Maybe I will never be able to afford properties. Or the second way I think about it is, like what Chris did lah, right? Life is tough. My parents didn't do real estate. I want to do better. So I knew that I need to lead by example when it comes to real estate investments. And that's when I started my journey very aggressively when it comes to investing in real estate, right? Yeah, so that's when I knew that real estate changes lives. I think this kind of moments, if the viewers or all of y'all who know and y'all come in and see what we see, right, you will understand that real estate is quite an important career. You know, I tend to see myself in the past justifying why this business is important. But now I don't really. People come to me, right, I will tell them, say, you can either start your real estate investment journey or you don't start. I will not convince you to start it. But I know the merit to it, so let's just start it. You know, I love my job. You know, I love this part of my job. Sorry, back to you, right? I just want to share this story because I think it really changes lives, you know. And now as I'm playing the more ops level, the more, you know, we're serving a different market now, problem solving is no longer a big issue. Negotiation, deal structuring is a big issue now for bigger clients, bigger deals. But I wish that, you know, which the sales force are on the ground, you know, seeing this kind of people truly benefiting from my services. And when I say truly benefiting, you're talking about 6 figures. Every 3-4 years. That's benefiting. Right? Okay, so back to you, right? You know, you were an actor in the past, you were even a social media influencer. And how do you think that part can actually relate very well with the real estate part of this business? Because this is what I hear from you, right? That the real estate part of the business is something that you see yourself doing for the next, I think, at least 10, 15, 20 years already, right? And this is a long-term thing. It's not like a part-time thing, right? So how do you think that, you know, that can jive well?
Okay, I think over the years, right, we've done a lot of social media campaigns. I mean, I would like to not think of myself as a social media influencer, but I've done brand campaigns. Then we have to create brand videos for brands, right? And it's like part of branding. So what I think I can bring on board here, right, is I want to build this brand. Because I believe in our sales force.
I appreciate
the people that I meet, right? You, your team, and the team that I'm working with now. I think we have a very strong team.
I always tell myself this, man. I'm so blessed, man.
To have a team like a team of really young, aggressive, and most importantly, righteous people.
Righteous. This is something I'm so blessed, you know. Because righteousness cannot be taught on.
Exactly.
It must be cannot be bought. And it cannot be bought one. I can't buy people in to be righteous. And they are like, even yourself.
Correct.
Like, hey, what's best for the client? I just like, I tell God every day, I say, thank you, man. Like, I'll be tempted. But they are not tempting me. So let's, sorry.
So I feel that I want to build this brand now. I want to build like a brand of righteousness for JNA, so that when people come to JNA, right, they know they can get value-added services from our real estate agents who are righteous at the same time.
And one thing that I realized about you is that you're also very creative when it comes to like structuring campaigns, even though you don't like to agree to that. Like I know Charlie's always like, nah, I'm not a very creative person.
I'm not.
I think when a creative person will never ever think they're creative because they always think that they're not creative enough. But that's where they're creative. Like people like us like think that we're very, very creative, but always the views like not creative one. But anyways, back here, right? But you know, you have been in charge of a lot of like social media campaigns, a lot of things like this. And one amazing thing, right, that I realized is your campaigns do well, right? And this is real estate now. The real estate of the 21st century. If you are like a millennial watching this, okay, millennial a bit outdated already, by the way, like we just feel a bit
now
Gen Z, Gen Alpha coming out, right? This is, you have to shape the way real estate should be sold. Because it makes sense and it brings the results in. So there's a creative element. I think one strength about you is also your personality. people tend to recognize you.
People tend to think that they are my friends.
Yes.
Like long-term friends.
Yes. Like, hey.
Yeah, hey, Charlie.
Yeah.
Then when I turn around, I see, hey, hello.
Yeah.
Then after that, my friend next to me asked, your friend?
Yeah.
I said, actually, not really. I don't know who's there.
So how would that help you in your business actually, you feel?
I think generally, I would think that I'm more approachable in that sense, because people think that, hey, this guy is a public figure.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to hold him accountable to what he says or he does,
Yeah.
right? Compared to a random
Yeah.
real estate agent,
Yes.
So I have a reputation to uphold also at the same time.
Yeah.
For the past 10 years, I've been building this reputation.
Yes.
And I would like to think that my reputation is quite clean.
Yeah. It's actually very clean.
Yeah.
Way cleaner than mine. Yeah.
It's quite, so
It's
yeah.
very
And
clean. I never seen someone
I
who talk shit about Charlie before. I just
have no, have lah, sure have, bro.
maybe someone who's just behind the scenes,
Sure.
just bought one day and just type some stuff. And that speaks volumes of his character.
Sure.
Right? Hey, one thing about personality, I agree, because we were going for a listing presentation. Charlie was with us at a listing presentation one day, and the people there knew who he was. But there's a response to that, right? So I can tell you one thing. Last time when our 63-man video went viral, right, I had a bit of the same treatment. It went down very fast after that, right?
Yeah.
But I just felt like, hey, Che, I made it. Then sooner enough, I realized that, walao, that's super prideful, man. So now I'm like, when people get to know, like 20 times more people who know you.
Yeah.
But I understand the response of like, hey, I'm more than happy to be here and talk to you if you want to be talked to, right? And that's amazing because celebrities have different kinds of like response. Some is like very funny on cam, but then when off camera, it's like, wow, very tawan because I got some that I meet before, I want to take photo, but they don't let me take photo. Yeah, it made me sad, right? Like, but for
Name
you,
them.
No, I'm not gonna name them.
I just
Charlie go joking. Then another one, of course, is like Charlie. He is himself at home on screen. Yeah, I know him for 10 years, right? At home, I see him. He's the same on screen, the same. He's still his introverted self. Actually, he's an introvert, which is uncomfortable to be in social settings. Right? But you still take the effort to go and get to know people, right? So let's go to the last part of this, right? Why let's get real? Like we just came together in the office one day.
Yeah.
I think that was like 2 months back.
Yeah.
And then we were like, hey Charlie, I think we should do this.
How do we start doing
this?
people,
and I tell you one thing about Charlie, I'm so impressed, right? Is that when we sit down, right, and we want to execute it, right? Wow, Charlie, boom, all the way. He go to events, he go and show people. He went to DM people to show people.
Well, actually, this is the toughest part.
It's the toughest part, but you did it, bro. You did it.
Which I'm really thankful for all the people who agreed to be on this series, because you really are not obliged to, really not obliged to, some of them I don't even know that well.
But
because I don't really go out for events.
Yeah.
Some of the people that we want to ask, right, are the really relevant social media influencers nowadays.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit towards the expiring side already, so I don't.
I don't respond to that.
So I don't really meet them, right?
Yeah.
But when I have to go and ask them, right, it's like almost have to. It's like asking for favors, They're not obliged to help me.
Yeah.
Like if they say no, it feels like it's normal for them to say no.
Yeah.
But if they say yes, then I'm like, wow.
But I tell you one thing that I'm super heartened by the local influencer and celebrity scene.
Yes.
Is that whoever Charlie asks, right, or is either they're too busy joking, or is they can make it one.
Yeah.
And they are not paid to come here.
Exactly.
They are not paid. I just want to say one more time, they are not paid.
I wish I can pay you guys though. Really.
Yeah, when Charlie make big money, he's going to pay you guys. But they're not paid. And one thing that we didn't want it to be paid also was because we wanted it to be genuine and authentic.
That's true.
We don't want it to be paid and then we talk about the team. Actually, we want them to talk about real estate. Right, in general. And so it happened. I mean, this actually wasn't the first app that we shot. We shot like maybe 4 apps even before this app was shot because we wanted an introductory video. There are how many more apps coming out? Like 3 more apps coming out. There's going to be more. I want Ng Kok Song to be here one day.
One day?
I want Jian Hao and his dad to be here one day as well.
Actually, Jian Hao,
Yeah, Jian Hao, shout out to him, right? I mean, we talk as well.
Yeah.
I think, hopefully these celebrities is going to be here. But what is your vision for this? Like, what made you say, I want to start Let's Get Real? 讲真的.
Okay, because like I said, right, I'm 35.
Yeah.
And I realized,
wow,
I'm 35, yeah. I'm 35, and I realized that even at 35 and as a home owner, right, I realized I don't know a lot about real estate before I joined this business, Then when I speak to people around me, then I realized actually a lot of people also don't know. It's not just me,
Yeah.
So only when I came into this business, right, I learned so much that is not taught outside.
Yeah.
People don't talk about it.
Absolutely.
Then there are people who don't know, don't ask, or don't know, don't dare to ask because we're afraid that it's a stupid question, right? So I want to create a platform where we can share with people like what we know, so that people would if let's say if they want to know anything about real estate, right? The first thing they do is to click into our channel.
Absolutely.
Yeah. To watch our videos lah. Then they realize at the same time actually we are all very ordinary people.
Yeah.
Like even celebrities, right?
Yeah.
Or people who are homeowners, right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of things that we don't know.
Yeah.
But we just want to normalize asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one great thing that I'm seeing, even with the celebrities, is that they're really real.
Yeah.
Like, there are some guests who know a lot about real estate investments.
Wow, it's crazy, man.
It's crazy, right? It's insane. You guys have to watch it, you know. You guys have to watch
you'll be
it.
surprised,
And there are some guests who really don't know anything about real estate
Yes,
investments.
don't know.
And even after the whole session, right, they also feel that actually real estate investment is not as important.
Yeah.
Right. So I love the diversity in response, which makes it real.
Yeah.
Right. And I believe that this Let's Get Real movement is to allow celebrities to show the real side of them about real estate investments, and they are doing a great job. And most importantly, I think the goal that Charlie had, right, was to make this a movement, to let millennials, to let Gen Z, to let the Gen Alpha know that, hey, it's okay to not know anything about real estate investments. And real estate investment is not as complicated as you see, you know. Sometimes you also overcomplicate it, you know.
Correct.
You go listen to what Chris and Grace, they're covering, you know. We have a new series called Stewardship that's coming out by Grace, short form content. You know, Chris, you know, when he gets to the numbers, he just goes very deep in the numbers, right? And we just want to make you know that it's not that tough. It really isn't that tough, right? Sometimes we overcomplicate it, but through this whole series and all these apps, right, we hope that you can get to learn a lot because it changes lives.
It does.
You know, it changes lives. We are not asking people to like, you know, come in and you know, pay us the money for consultation and stuff like that. We just want to make it free and accessible to all, so that we have a lot of time to keep doing content, but we love what we're doing. And we just want you to benefit as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so before we end this app, right, I just want to know a little bit more about your goals and also some closing remarks. About, you know, maybe what you hope to see in this series or like what you hope for the generations that we're speaking to.
Okay, I think short-term goals, right? I just hope like this series can be like an education platform for the younger generation. Whenever they need to know any knowledge about real estate, right, they can just click in and just check out the questions that are asked here, and then we'll answer them. And of course, you know, before I bought my own home, right, I had a lot of questions that I didn't ask, that I wish that I had asked, and I wish that I had known before I bought my first home. And I'd rather the new generation, the younger generation, right, before they make that first decision, right, I hope they know about it.
It's so interesting that, you know, you mentioned that, you know, when you were younger, you thought that how you wish you knew. But I believe when you were younger, you didn't even know that you have to know.
Exactly.
Right? You will never know what you need to know, right?
So if somebody had created this video for me to watch, right, then
you'd be like,
learn a lot of things. You know, before I bought my first property,
it'll be different.
It will be different. It would definitely be different.
And I love that because that's genuine and that's what he mentioned to me behind the scenes as well. Like, so many things could have been done better. As for me, right, I think it's always a dream of mine to be able to work together with my cousin-in-law. Charlie's my cousin-in-law, by the way. That's the reason why we say we know each other for 10 years. And I think throughout this year, we got to know one another even way better. And one thing about Charlie, right, which I can just let you guys know this, right, is that he has a heart for migrant workers. He has a heart for mass market individuals. He wants to change the lives of common men. And not only that, when he started this series, I did ask him, say, why not you do your own channel, right? Why not you just go and do it? I know that we support that. He said, no, I want it to be both people benefit kind of scenario. It has to be on our channel. If not, I'm not going to do it. And it warms my heart. And because this is a go-getter, but yet a team player and someone who cares a lot for people and put people above self, right? So I wish you all the best. And I know one thing for sure is that we're going to take on the mass market together as a team, right? All right? Cheers. All right, so that's it for Ep.1 of Let's Get Real, 讲真的. And of course, now we have to welcome our co-host on board, right? Charlie, who is going to be sharing with you guys, alongside us, right? What are the perspectives of these influencers and these celebrities, right? It's going to be a stressful series because I am like the odd one out. I mean, all celebrities are very comfortable, you know, with the cam and very good at talking. But for me, it's like sometimes I look at the awkward that.
No, you're actually doing quite well, you know. Surprisingly, actually
I feel like the imposter come out. Actually, I'm an introvert. But you know what? We just want you to enjoy it. We just want to plant seeds for you. As what Charlie has mentioned, this is a movement for the next generation, millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, Gen Durian. I don't know whether it's a Durian for the fourth one, but I'm not too sure. For you to watch this video so that you can know a lot about the objective approach when it comes to real estate investments, okay? So we'll see you for Ep 2. You got to watch this, okay? See you guys. Bye-bye.